Hey, I'm Dr. Stuart R. Miller, and I want to talk to you about something that might sound a little uncomfortable at first, but I promise it's incredibly important. You're aging faster than everyone else. And before you think I'm just trying to be depressing or scare you, hear me out, because the good news is that understanding why this is happening is actually the first step to doing something about it. You see, I've spent years studying the science of aging, looking at how our bodies change over time, and what I've noticed is this. Not everybody ages at the same rate. Some people at 60 look like they're 45. Other people at 45 look like they're 60. And it's not just about genetics. It's not just about luck. There are actual, measurable, scientific reasons why your body might be aging faster than someone else's. And more importantly, there are things you can actually do about it. So let me ask you something. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, wait, when did that happen? When did that wrinkle show up? When did my skin start looking like that? When did I start feeling this tired all the time? When did it become so hard to recover from a workout? When did my joints start aching? If you've had any of those thoughts, you're not alone. And what I want to tell you is that there's probably a reason for it, a real biological reason, and it's something we can actually address. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Dr. Miller, sure, I want to look younger, I want to have more energy, but is this really that important? And honestly, yes, it is, because aging faster isn't just about how you look in the mirror. It's about your health. It's about your quality of life. It's about whether you're going to be able to do the things you want to do in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years. When your cells are aging faster, that means your organs are aging faster. That means your immune system is aging faster. That means your brain is aging faster. That means you're at higher risk for heart disease, for diabetes, for cancer, for Alzheimer's, for all the things we don't want to think about, but we probably should be thinking about. And here's the kicker. Accelerated aging doesn't announce itself. It doesn't send you a warning email. You don't wake up one day and think, oh, my cellular aging rate has increased by 15%. Instead, you just start to notice that you're tired more often, you recover slower from things, you get sick more frequently, your mood isn't quite right, your skin doesn't look as good, and by the time you really notice it, it's often because the damage has been accumulating for years. So what I want to do in this conversation is walk you through the actual science of why some people age faster than others. And then, more importantly, I want to give you some real actionable strategies that you can start implementing right now that can literally slow down your aging process. The basics. What is aging anyway? Okay, so before we get into why you might be aging faster, we need to understand what aging actually is at the biological level. Because here's the thing, aging isn't this mysterious process. It's not magic, it's biology. And if we understand the biology, we can influence it. At its core, aging is the accumulation of cellular damage over time. Your body is made up of roughly 37 trillion cells. Every single day, these cells are dividing, they're replicating, they're doing their jobs, and every single day, they're also getting damaged. Some of that damage is from normal wear and tear, just the process of your cells doing what they do. Some of it is from environmental factors, some of it is from the things we do to ourselves. Now, your body has repair mechanisms. You've got these incredible biological processes that are constantly trying to fix damage, trying to maintain your cells, trying to keep everything working. But here's where it gets interesting. These repair mechanisms aren't perfect. They're not 100% efficient. Over time, damage accumulates faster than your body can repair it. And when that happens, your cells start to malfunction. And when your cells start to malfunction, your tissues start to malfunction. And when your tissues start to malfunction, your organs start to malfunction. And that's when you feel it. That's when you look in the mirror and you think something's changed. But here's what a lot of people don't realize. The rate at which this damage accumulates isn't fixed. It's not like everyone's aging clock is ticking at the same speed. Some people's clocks are ticking faster. Some people's clocks are ticking slower. And a lot of the factors that determine your aging speed, your aging clock speed, are actually within your control. The culprits, why you might be aging faster. So what are these factors? What are the things that are actually speeding up your aging process? Let me walk you through the big ones. Number one, chronic inflammation. Let me start with this one because it's huge, and most people don't even know they have it. Chronic inflammation is like having a low-level fire burning inside your body all the time. It's not acute. It's not like you have the flu or a bacterial infection. It's subtle, it's chronic, but it's constantly damaging your cells, and it's constantly triggering your body's repair systems to go into overdrive. Now, where does chronic inflammation come from? There are a bunch of sources. One of the biggest is diet. If you're eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of refined carbohydrates, a lot of sugar, these things trigger inflammatory responses in your body. Your immune system sees them as problematic, and it mounts an inflammatory response. And if you're doing this every single day, multiple times a day, you end up with chronic inflammation. But it's not just diet. Lack of sleep can trigger chronic inflammation. Chronic stress can trigger it. Lack of exercise can trigger it. Smoking definitely triggers it. Excess body fat triggers it, especially visceral fat, the fat around your organs. Infections that don't fully clear can trigger chronic inflammation. Leaky gut can trigger it. There are a lot of sources, and honestly, most people have at least a few of them going on. And here's the thing about chronic inflammation. It accelerates aging across the board. It damages your skin. It damages your arteries. It damages your brain. It damages your joints. It weakens your immune system. It's like someone turned up the aging dial on your whole body. Number two, oxidative stress. Okay, so here's something else that's probably happening in your body right now. Your cells are constantly producing energy, right? That's what mitochondria do. They're the powerhouses of your cells. But when they produce energy, they also produce something called free radicals. These are unstable molecules that damage other cells around them. Your body has antioxidant systems to neutralize these free radicals, but if you're producing more free radicals than your antioxidant systems can handle, you end up with oxidative stress. And what causes increased free radical production? A lot of things. A poor diet causes it. Exercise, ironically, can cause it if you're not careful, especially intense exercise without proper recovery and antioxidant support. Environmental toxins cause it. Smoking definitely causes it. Alcohol causes it. Stress causes it. Basically, anything that puts stress on your body increases free radical production, and oxidative stress absolutely accelerates aging. It damages your DNA, it damages your proteins, it damages your cell membranes, it contributes to heart disease, to cancer, to neurodegeneration. It speeds up the aging process across your whole body. Number three, sleep deprivation. I'm going to say this as clearly as I can. If you're not getting enough sleep, you are aging faster, period. This isn't a guess. This isn't a theory. This is hard biological fact. When you sleep, your body does repair work. Your brain clears out toxins. Your hormones rebalance. Your immune system strengthens. Your cells repair damage. All of this is happening while you're sleeping. If you're not sleeping enough, this repair work isn't happening. And if it's not happening night after night after night, then damage is accumulating faster than your body can handle it. And it's not just about the amount of sleep, though that matters. It's also about the quality. If you're sleeping 8 hours, but you're waking up 4 times a night, that's not the same as sleeping 8 hours of deep, uninterrupted sleep. Your body needs to get into deep sleep and REM sleep. If you're not getting enough of those stages, you're not getting the repair benefits you need. How many people do you know who brag about how little sleep they need? Oh, I only need 5 hours. That person is aging faster. I don't care how much they brag about their productivity. Their cells are aging faster than someone who's getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Number 4, chronic stress. Stress is one of those things that everybody talks about, but I don't think people really understand how deeply it affects your aging process. When you're stressed, your body produces cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone that in acute situations is actually helpful. It gives you energy, it helps you focus, it helps you respond to a threat. But when you're stressed all the time, when you're chronically stressed, your cortisol levels stay elevated, and that's when the problems start. Elevated cortisol damages your immune system. It increases inflammation. It breaks down muscle. It increases fat storage, especially around your belly. It damages your skin. It accelerates hair loss. It contributes to cognitive decline. It raises your blood pressure. It increases your risk of heart disease. It messes with your sleep, which then causes even more problems. Chronic stress is absolutely an accelerator of aging. And the thing is, chronic stress isn't always obvious. You might not feel like you're stressed. You might be so used to being in a state of mild stress that it feels normal to you, but your body knows. Your body's under stress, and your aging process is speeding up because of it. Number 5, metabolic dysfunction. This is a big one, and it's becoming more and more common. Metabolic dysfunction includes things like insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, prediabetes, type 2 diabetes. Basically, your body's not handling glucose correctly. Your cells aren't responding properly to insulin. When this happens, your blood sugar is elevated more than it should be. And elevated blood sugar causes something called glycation, which is when glucose molecules attach to proteins in your body. This damages those proteins and it speeds up aging significantly. High blood sugar also increases inflammation. It increases oxidative stress. It damages your arteries. It damages your brain. It contributes to pretty much every chronic disease you can think of. And here's the scary part. You can have metabolic dysfunction and not know it. You might feel fine, but your metabolism is already damaged, and the damage is accumulating. Number 6, lack of physical activity. Your body is designed to move. When you don't move enough, everything gets worse. Your muscles atrophy, your bones get weaker, your cardiovascular system gets weaker, your immune system gets weaker, your metabolic health deteriorates, your mental health deteriorates, you age faster. People think exercise is optional. It's not. It's as important as sleep and nutrition. If you're sedentary, you are aging faster. It's that simple. Number 7, poor nutrition. What you eat literally becomes your body. Your cells are made of the nutrients you consume. If you're eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of refined carbohydrates, a lot of unhealthy fats, a lot of sugar, then your cells are being built out of inferior materials, and inferior materials age faster. Conversely, if you're eating whole foods, if you're getting plenty of micronutrients, if you're getting healthy fats, if you're feeding your body what it actually needs, then your cells have the raw materials they need to repair themselves, to maintain themselves, to function optimally. Number 8, environmental toxins. This is something most people don't think about enough. You're exposed to toxins every single day. They're in the air you breathe, in the water you drink, in the food you eat, in the products you use. Your body is constantly trying to detoxify and eliminate these toxins. But if your detoxification systems are overwhelmed, if you're exposed to more toxins than your body can handle, then they accumulate in your tissues and they cause damage and they accelerate aging. Number 9, poor stress management and lack of meaning. This is maybe a little more psychological, but it's still biological. If your life lacks meaning, if you don't have a sense of purpose, if you're not managing your stress effectively, that affects your whole body. It affects your immune system, it affects your hormones, it affects your inflammation levels, it affects your aging speed. People with a strong sense of purpose and meaning actually age slower. This has been studied. This is real. The compounding effect. Here's something really important to understand. These factors don't work independently. They compound each other. They amplify each other. For example, if you're not sleeping well, you're more stressed. If you're more stressed, you're more likely to make poor food choices. If you're making poor food choices, you're developing metabolic dysfunction. If you're developing metabolic dysfunction, your energy levels drop, so you exercise less. If you exercise less, your sleep gets worse, and round you go. You're in a negative spiral. And as all of these things are happening, your aging is accelerating. Your biological age is increasing faster than your chronological age. That's why some people at 40 look like they're 60, and some people at 60 look like they're 45. It's because they're either in a positive spiral or a negative spiral, and these spirals compound over time. How to slow down your aging. Okay, so now that we've talked about why you might be aging faster, let's talk about what you can actually do about it. Because here's the good news. Most of these factors are reversible. You can change trajectory. You can slow down your aging. You can even reverse some of the damage. Sleep is non-negotiable. This is where I would start. Get serious about sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours per night. Create a sleep environment that's dark, cool, and quiet. Stop using screens 1 to 2 hours before bed. The blue light messes with your melatonin production. Stick to a consistent sleep schedule even on weekends. Your body loves consistency. If you have trouble sleeping, address that. Whether it's meditation, whether it's magnesium supplementation, whether it's a different mattress, whether it's addressing underlying anxiety, figure it out. Sleep is one of the most powerful anti-aging tools available to you, and it's free. Manage your stress. You need stress management practices, meditation, yoga, time in nature, therapy, exercise, whatever works for you. But you need something. You need practices that actually lower your stress and your cortisol levels. And equally important, you need to figure out what's causing your stress and address that if you can. Some stress is unavoidable, but some of it you might be able to eliminate or reduce. Fix your diet. Move toward whole foods. Move away from processed foods. Eliminate or drastically reduce refined carbohydrates and sugar. Eat plenty of vegetables. Eat healthy proteins. Eat healthy fats. Eat foods that are nutrient dense. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to follow some complicated diet. Just move in this direction. The better you eat, the slower you age. It's that simple. Exercise regularly. You need both resistance training and cardiovascular exercise. You need to move your body regularly. Even if you're just walking, that's better than nothing. But ideally, you want a combination of strength training, cardio, and flexibility work. Exercise is powerful medicine. It reduces inflammation. It improves metabolic health. It strengthens your immune system. It improves your mental health. It improves sleep. It's really hard to age fast if you're exercising regularly. Reduce your toxic load. Be mindful of what you're exposing yourself to. Use natural cleaning products. Filter your water. Eat organic when you can. Reduce plastic use. Use natural personal care products. These aren't about being a perfectionist. They're about reducing the burden on your detoxification systems. Add anti-inflammatory foods and supplements. Beyond just eating whole foods, there are specific foods that are particularly anti-inflammatory. Fatty fish, berries, leafy greens, nuts, olive oil, turmeric, ginger. These aren't magic, but they do have documented anti-inflammatory properties. And then there are supplements that can help. Things like omega-3 fatty acids, curcumin, resveratrol, NAD precursors like NMN or NR. These things have evidence behind them. They can support your body's natural anti-aging processes, address metabolic issues. If you have insulin resistance, prediabetes, or metabolic dysfunction, address it. Usually this is about diet and exercise, but sometimes you might need medical help. The point is, metabolic health is absolutely foundational to slowing aging. Find purpose and meaning. This might sound like the least scientific thing I've said, but it's not. People with a strong sense of purpose actually have better health outcomes. They age slower. They live longer. So figure out what gives your life meaning. Whether it's family, whether it's work, whether it's volunteering, whether it's creative pursuits, find it. Invest in it. The bottom line, you're aging faster than everyone else probably because you're doing a bunch of things that accelerate aging and maybe you're not doing enough of the things that slow it down. But the good news is that this is fixable. You can change this. Your biology isn't fixed. Your aging speed isn't fixed. You have way more control over this than you probably think. I'm Dr. Stuart R. Miller, and what I want you to take away from this is this. Your aging is not inevitable. Your biology responds to what you do. Start with one thing. Start with sleep. Get serious about sleep. Once you've got that handled, add something else. Maybe it's diet, maybe it's exercise, maybe it's stress management. Build from there, because here's the thing, you're going to age. That's not a choice. But how fast you age, that's actually something you have significant control over, and that's worth paying attention to. Take action. Start today. Your future self will thank you. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, wait, when did that happen? When did that wrinkle show up? When did my skin start looking like that? When did I start feeling this tired all the time? When did it become so hard to recover from a workout? When did my joints start aching? If you've had any of those thoughts, you're not alone. And what I want to tell you is that there's probably a reason for it, a real biological reason, and it's something we can actually address.